Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, where it's all about connections among ourselves as Puerto Vallarta English-speaking residents, connections with what's going on in our city, our state, and our country, and of course, connections with Mexico's culture, lifestyle, way of life, and so forth. If this is something that you're interested in, you've come to the right place, and I am your host, Paco Ojeda. And you already know that, but I still wanted to mention it. We're working on rebranding some things around here. Today is Wednesday, April 24th, and it is a pleasure to be here. I have some news items and I have some interesting anecdotes and announcements to share with you. And let's see, what else do we have? Well, I'm looking at some of your first comments, but I'm going to wait. As always, let me share what I have collected for you this morning, starting with a black screen. Let's fix that very quickly. There you go. So, according to Vallarta Independiente, mayoral candidate Luis Munguía has added to his list of campaign promises a trash sorting system for Puerto Vallarta. Now, this is the third or maybe the fourth time that we have mentioned promises from Luis Munguía if he becomes Puerto Vallarta's new mayor. He has promised overpasses and underpasses and water taxis and elevated trains, if I recall, and now a trash sorting and collection system. What about the other candidates, you are probably wondering? Well, as far as I've seen, no other candidates have been so verbal, at least publicly, of big projects for our city. Yes, they are all going around the different neighborhoods and the markets and talking to business groups and communities and so forth and so on, and spreading love and all the good stuff. But the only candidate that I have seen making big, ambitious promises is Munguía. Now, that does not mean that I like the guy. That does not mean that I endorse him or that I think he would be a good candidate. But he's the only one that is taking chances with the lofty promises. And what do I mean with chances? Well, you know, you can earn a lot of points if you make big promises, and you can end up losing a lot of points if you don't deliver on them. So it's a risky move as far as I can see. And I'm not an expert on these things, but at least we have someone that we can hold accountable later on if he doesn't deliver on his promises. As far as what the other candidates are planning to do, well, it remains to be seen as of yet. But that's what we have on Munguía as of late. Now, let's see. Here's a shout out to all of our Coffee and Headlines fans watching from Prague in the Czech Republic. Anybody? Anybody out there? Nobody? Oh, well. You got to start somewhere, I suppose. But what I want to let you know about is that a charter flight connecting Puerto Vallarta with Prague, Czech Republic, has been announced. The flight will begin operating on October 22nd and will continue until April of next year, allowing some 11,000 visitors from Prague to enjoy our city. It will be a weekly flight, so I assume one could conversely choose to go and spend a week in Prague and then come back home. So I know I'm being snarky by playing crickets when I ask for any fans from Prague, but I will gladly eat my words if anybody, posts a comment saying, "Hey, I'm watching from from Prague, and I'm looking forward to visiting Puerto Vallarta." But what do I know? If you're in Prague, let us know. And if you're cute and you're from Prague and you're coming, definitely let us know. Moving right along, this is so funny. Oh my God. The renowned Cartier French jewelry store in their Mexico City branch, they announced a pair of earrings for 237 pesos. 237 pesos. So this Mexican guy by the name of Rogelio purchased two pairs. So that's 474 pesos. But there's a small problem. The price was not 237 pesos. It was 237,000 pesos. But the brand somehow forgot to add a few extra zeros to their ad. Then Cartier, when they realized they fucked up, offered to refund this guy his money and send him a bottle of Cartier champagne and a Cartier passport holder. But the customer chose to take them to court. He contacted Mexico's Consumer Protection Bureau, and according to the federal consumer law, a business is obligated to respect the prices, tariffs, warranties, quantities, qualities, measurements, and so forth of any purchase they advertise. So the Bureau favored the client, and now Cartier has no choice but to deliver on their purchase. So tómala. I want to know who got fired for making that mistake. Ouch. That's got to have hurt someone. But, it's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the weather to see what is happening there. And let's see. The sun is out. Quick, scurry back into the shadow like a good little cockroach. Okay, whatever. It is 27 degrees out there right now. Humidity is at 51%. And our weather forecast for today says it's going to be humid with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 30 and a low of 17. And then tomorrow we can expect mostly clear skies throughout the day, a high of 28 and a low of 17. Then Friday will be a humid day again with mostly cloudy skies, a high of 29 and a low of 18. But there's more here for you, and I'm going to share what I have. Of course, today is our sixth episode of The Spotlight, our new online show featuring Puerto Vallarta event organizers. We'll be here this afternoon at 4 o'clock to hear from the new owners of the Vallarta Co-work and their plans as they take over this important business in town. But I have to tell you, if I had any hair left up here, I would be losing it to the spotlight. It's been a labor of love, but it's been an uphill labor of love. Let me tell you about my latest anecdote with the spotlight, if I may. As you know, I'm trying to promote it as best as I can, and I came up with a kick ass video that explains everything about it. And I figured, well, I'm going to start sending a link to that video to anybody that I think is offering or thinking of a new event that I think people would want to hear about. So 4 days ago, Monson Brewing, our friend Miranda, announced that they will be starting to offer brunch on Saturdays and Sundays as of this weekend. So I figured I'm going to send a nice note to um, the business and say, hey, yummy, we'd love to hear more details about this in the spotlight, which in my mind was, hey, we'd like to invite you to come on the spotlight and tell us more details. And instead, Miranda wrote, Paco, we love talking to you and all the great info you have on the spotlight. We'll send you an email. Cheers. But, that was not the intention. The intention of the spotlight is not for me to talk about what you are planning. It's more for people to get to know you better as an event provider. But it so happens that I like Miranda. She's an awesome lady. And she took the time to write me this long, long message describing their event, which I am happy to share with you this time around because we like Miranda, we like Monson. But in the future, again, the whole idea behind the spotlight is for the broad audience, for all of us that are looking to connect with businesses like you and anybody that is organizing something, is for us to get to know you better. So hopefully I have learned my lesson. I will clarify my message moving forward. And here's what Miranda had to say, and I'm reading verbatim. Hey there, Paco. I hope all is well and you're able to slow down and relax a little bit as the high season subsides a bit, hopefully not too much. Well, Miranda, for the record, I have no high and low season. I'm always busy and I'm used to it and I love it that way. What can I tell you? Then she continues, we're very excited about our new weekend brunch. It's something we've been wanting to do for a while, but we wanted to wait until all the stars aligned and we had the right menu, team/staffing, and the season was over, so we could focus wholly on this new project. Yay. Brunch will be every weekend from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. starting this coming weekend. The menu that we're launching is a field trial with some of our favorite plays on the classic brunch, which include chicken and waffles breakfast, sandwich, birria, eggs Benedict, deep fried, peanut butter and jelly French toast, and of course, loaded micheladas. We're especially excited about the micheladas, which come with a full meal on top of them. It's both the best way to start your weekend and the best way to beat a hangover from the night before. On the weekend, starting from noon, our normal opening time, we will be open and serving our full menu, cocktails and beers, but from 10 a.m. to noon, it'll be all about brunch. Let me know if you have any further questions. I think that with the heat ticking up, getting out of the house a little earlier and enjoying a leisurely breakfast is the epitome of the way to pass the summer in Vallarta. And again, this is what Miranda had to say. And once again, I like you, Miranda. You've been a great friend and you have come live before, so I figured you would get the hint. You didn't. It's okay. I'm happy to share the information that you spent the time sharing with me, which is something that I appreciate. But anybody else, please do not send us press releases for the spotlight. Instead, find a friend with a webcam. If you don't know how to get onto a webcam, find a way to connect with us. In fact, since we're going to be talking to a co-working place this afternoon, I am sure that they have webcamming services and a computer and an infrastructure for anyone to get in front of a camera and talk about what they have to offer. And that is what we're hoping to do in the spotlight. However, if you have any comments about that approach, I would love to read them here on your comments today. Moving right along, I am going to send a shameless plug to Celebrations. Celebrations is this, they call themselves a wholesale bakery because they make all kinds of things and they sell them by the box, but they also sell their beautiful, delicious baked products in single portions. Why am I talking about them today? Well, first of all, the owner is a stitch to talk to. He has been on Vienna Street since way back when Vienna Street was a cobblestone street, and possibly from before. So he has all kinds of anecdotes to tell. And I happened to walk by last night on my way to tacos, which I very much enjoyed. And the one thing that I think anyone will have to try is their guava cookies. And I'm going to show you. I bought 2 of them last night. They're 15 pesos each, and I haven't touched the second one. I'm going to have it with my final coffee today. Here's some. No, Luna, it's not for you. Go away, Luna. I want to show you this thing, this heavenly creation. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my God. And I'm going to turn it around, fearing that I put crumbles all over my keyboard. But look at that. It's a delicious guava cookie, and they are absolutely heavenly. So that is totally a shameless plug, but if you have a sweet tooth like I do, you want to go. No, Luna, this is not a plastic bag for you to play with. You want to go there. You want to try their guava cookies, which are absolutely out of this world perfect. No, Luna, bájate. And you want to tell them that Paco sent you. There you go. And now, oh yes, and I turned Albert onto them. I got him a couple after we went for tacos. And look at Albert. Oh my God, so good. Can't just eat one. But there's more here at Coffee and Headlines. I'm not done with announcements and whatnot. We had previously announced that the upcoming Vallarta Azteca International Folkloric Festival would have a parade this coming Saturday, and now the organizers have published the route. The parade starts at 5:30 in the afternoon near the Lázaro Cárdenas Park, continuing along Basilio Vadillo, then along Ignacio Vallarta, then northbound towards the Malecón. So this should be a fun thing to look at, a fun photo up if you are out and about. And I also want to let you know of this Vallarta Grill Festival. For carnivores out there, there is a grill festival coming to Puerto Vallarta on May 5th. The event will take place at the Vallarta Convention Center starting at noon, and it will feature master classes, competitions, a special area for children, and other surprises, and of course, grilled stuff. Yummy. And what else do we have? Yes, this is fun. This morning I learned from the State of Jalisco's Ministry of Culture that Google Arts and Culture has a nice feature online on Guadalajara's Cabañas Museum, which is one of the world's cultural heritage sites. I took a quick peek this morning, and it looks quite well produced, so I am happy to share it along with the rest of the show notes. If you've been to Guadalajara but have not had a chance to visit the Cabañas Museum, you're missing out on a beautiful place. And I also wanted to give you a reminder of the Mariachi Jam at the Isla Rio Cuala taking place this afternoon. This will be starting at 5 p.m. So if you're out and about, maybe you want to get there a little early, have a lovely dinner at the Indian restaurant, which is located on the island, and then go on to hear some live mariachi music. And last but not least, tomorrow is LIBERTANGO, my exploration of the history of tango. And I have to tell you, I am struggling more with this presentation than any I've ever done before, because the deeper I dig, the richer the subject matter becomes. There is so much history and tradition and amazing stuff behind the history of evolution of tango. So hopefully I will deliver as I promise, and I will have an amazing presentation this afternoon. Not this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. What am I talking about? And of course, if you are a subscriber or a fan of Coffee and Headlines, you should have received an email message this morning announcing our next live music appreciation presentation, which will be this coming Monday. And this brings us to the comment section. I want to know what you are thinking, and let's see. Good mornings and good afternoons all around. Thank you very much. Meatloaf all made and ready to bake. Yummy. Thank you very much for that. Lars is in Denmark. Lars, it's so nice to connect with you. And of course, this is your home, Coffee and Headlines. Let's see. Michal says it's definitely a much warmer morning. Yes, it is getting warmer, and that's just the way it is. And Albert, it keeps glowing about the guayaba empanada. Well, it's actually a cookie. It's a crumbly, buttery, rich, heavenly, sinful cookie. My God. Let's see. What? Greens can't be trusted? I don't care what country they're in. I don't understand that. What is that comment about, Jennifer? I don't know what you mean by greens. Curious. Okay, let's see what else. Brian says new from Prague. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. That was a fast flight you took yesterday, mister. Let's see. Truth in advertising. Yep. I don't know if that is about anything specific or something I said, but thank you for that. Greens can't be trusted. What was that about, guys? Can you explain? I think the spotlight is such a great idea. I will see you at 4 p.m. Thank you very much, Pat. My struggle, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining or anything, or my wonderment is of the number of event organizers that have said, oh, what a wonderful idea. Next to none have actually approached me to be on the spotlight. And I know that they're event organizers because I see their events. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if you think it's a good idea, why are you not on the spotlight? So I don't know. It's trial and error. Again, it's my love project. We'll continue pushing until there's nothing left to push. That's an interesting point that I hadn't considered. I'm sure Cartier will open up their own investigation privately to see if there's a relationship of some sort between the person who bought them and the person who was in charge of online advertising. Mother's Day is just around the corner. That's a great point. My goodness, Michael. Let's see. And then Michael says Celebrations has the best brownies. I wouldn't know because I got stuck on the guava cookies. They're like mini scones. They are just wonderful. Let's see. Does Luna understand Spanish more than English? Just curious. Yes, I only talk to Luna in Spanish. Let's see what else we have. Yes, they do look, these cookies look like a little conchita. But no, you have to go. You have to go, Brian. Greens is a political party. Oh, Oh, are you referring to the Mexican Green Party? Um, Again, I'm still at a loss with the comment, but I'm just curious about it. Whenever you make general comments like that, I'm always intrigued. Anyhow, swing over after the show this afternoon. We can have dinner. I would love to do that this afternoon, Michael, but I can't this afternoon. I'm prepping my presentation tomorrow, but I would love to have dinner with you on Friday. Can we do it on Friday? If that is the case, let me know. But if you cannot, also let me know, because I'm looking forward to seeing you. I want to tell you about the latest projects that are keeping me awake. And I think we're done. Let's see. Boom. Cue the button above, which means thank you for your support. As always, it is much appreciated. Then push the other button. Boom. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, wait a second. That is interesting. Here's a recommendation. Hold on just a second. Let me go back over here. Stephen says, recommend you set a due date for people interested in Spotlight, done marketing for years, and even small ideas of timelines get results. Thank you very much for that, Brian. I will definitely keep that in mind. The Green Party in Canada usually supports environmental issues and is typically left-leaning. I don't recall us talking about the Green Party in Canada, but what do I know? Anyhow, we were here. Thank you very much for joining me today, and hopefully you will have an amazing Wednesday. If you're watching this afternoon, I will see you at 4 o'clock sharp. There will be giveaways, so it should be a fun time for those that join us live. And for the rest of you, have an amazing day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Oh, see? I keep doing this, hitting the wrong button.